You know, we're all taught to avoid failure at all costs, right? But what if the real secret to a successful life isn't about dodging failure, but about running straight towards it? Today, we're going to unpack a powerful idea from actor Denzel Washington that pretty much flips everything we think we know about success right on its head. It's the art of falling forward.
And this right here, this is the core idea that changes absolutely everything. It's not about having a safety net to fall back on, it's about making a conscious choice to fall forward. So what does that mean? It means when you stumble, you don't just collapse. No, you use that momentum to learn, to see what's ahead, and to land even further than where you started. It literally transforms failure from this dead end into a launching pad.
All right, so let's dive into the first piece of conventional wisdom this whole idea just shatters: the Plan B trap.
Yeah, we've all heard this, haven't we? Make sure you have something to fall back on. And look, it comes from a good place, from parents, teachers, and friends who just want to keep us safe. But Denzel argues that this so-called safety net can actually become a trap, holding us back from what we could really achieve.
I mean, just look at the difference here. Falling back, that's passive. It's playing it safe, it's settling for a comfortable life you can live. But falling forward, that's an active pursuit. It means taking risks to discover the absolute best life you are capable of living. The message here is so powerful. Sometimes comfort is the enemy of progress. Okay, so this brings us to the next kind of radical idea here. If you're going to commit to falling forward, you also have to accept a crazy truth. Failure isn't just a possibility, it's a requirement for success.
Okay, look at this number, 2,600. That's how many times the legendary baseball player Reggie Jackson struck out in his career. That is the most in the entire history of the sport. I mean, by any measure, that is a ton of failure. But here's the thing. Do you hear about the strikeouts? No. People remember the home runs. His legacy isn't defined by those failures. It's defined by his massive successes. The strikeouts were just the price of admission. They were the necessary steps he had to take along the way.
All right, here's another one for you. 1,000. That's how many times Thomas Edison reportedly failed while trying to invent a commercially viable light bulb. Can you even imagine the resilience it takes to fail 1,000 times and just keep going?
And that's the whole point, right? Edison didn't see them as failures. Each attempt just taught him one more way not to do it. Every so-called failed experiment wasn't a step back, it was a step forward on the path that led to one of the most important inventions in human history.
So this all kind of leads to a really tough question we have to ask ourselves. And I mean, really think about this for a second. If you're not failing, are you even trying? Are you truly pushing your own limits? Are you just playing it safe inside the comfortable bubble of what you already know you can do?
Okay, so if we're going to commit to trying and potentially failing, we need something to aim for, right? And that brings us to a super important distinction: understanding the difference between dreams and goals.
Now this sounds really simple, but trust me, it's huge. A dream is just kind of floating around in your head. It's a wish. But a goal is a dream that you've put to work. It's got a plan, it's got a deadline, and it demands action. You can't fall forward towards a fuzzy dream. You need concrete goals to aim for.
You know, it's kind of like that classic 9-dot puzzle. You've got the 9 dots, and the challenge is to connect them all with just a few straight lines without ever lifting your pencil. And the only way to solve it? You have to draw your lines outside the imaginary box the dots create. And that is just a perfect metaphor for achieving our goals. We have to be willing to go beyond our comfortable, self-imposed limits to find the real solution.
Let's make this real with an amazing story from Denzel's own life. It really shows what this kind of grit looks like over the long, long haul. So picture this. Denzel, early in his career, he's auditioning for this part in a Broadway musical. He was perfect for the role, except for one tiny little problem. The guy couldn't sing at all. He went for it anyway. And, well, he bombed. Hard. Super embarrassing, right? That could have been it. But he didn't quit. Instead, he lived by this simple, powerful idea. It's all about persistence, you know? Just staying in the game, showing up day after day, getting ready for the next chance, and the one after that. It's about trusting that if you keep putting yourself in the position to succeed, eventually your moment is going to come. And now, check out the payoff. This is just incredible. 30 years after that humiliating failure, he's the star of the hit Broadway play, Fences. But wait, it gets better. The truly amazing part? He's performing in the exact same theater, the very stage where he failed so epically 3 decades earlier. Talk about coming full circle. That is what it means to fall forward.
So finally, we get to the heart of it. This whole philosophy, it's not just about getting a promotion or making more money. It's pointing to something way, way bigger, our purpose and the legacy we leave behind.
The whole focus shifts from what you can get to what you can give. The ultimate goal in life isn't about how much stuff you can collect, wealth, fame, whatever. It's about how much you can give back. The real question becomes, what are you going to do with the unique gifts you have?
And it's so important to remember, these gifts aren't always some big, flashy talent. It can be your patience, your kindness, just your time, your focus. Seriously, every single one of us has something uniquely valuable to offer the world. The only question is, are you going to share it?
And this all leads to this really powerful kind of haunting image that Denzel talks about. Imagine you're on your deathbed, and all around you are these ghosts. And these ghosts, they represent your unfulfilled potential. They're all the ideas you never acted on, the talents you let go to waste, and they're looking at you and they're angry. Why? Because you were the only person on earth who could have brought them to life. And you didn't.
So that's the final question. The one for you, for me, for all of us to answer for ourselves. It's the ultimate reason to stop playing it safe, to embrace the risk, and to make sure that when you fall, you always fall forward. So, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed